Hello and welcome. My name is Michael Jobity, and I'll be hosting this live stream today, as well as the award ceremony on the 7th and 8th of December at the Ealing Picture House Cinema in West London. Welcome to the 5th edition of the Mirror UK Film Awards, powered by the Mirror Company and founded by our festival director and founder, Jay Manari, who is also an independent writer, producer, and director, and member of Directors UK, nominated Filmmaker of the Month in June of this year. The Mirror UK Film Awards, or MUFA, is a British BFI Film Fund-winning film festival listed on the British Council Festival Directory and London-based, focused on showcasing diversity in auteur movies, created despite all the challenges of an indie low-budget production. Mirror provides a spotlight for underrepresented, emerging, and experienced independent filmmakers through on-site networking events, live-streamed industry talks, online film courses, and most recently, an independent film fund launched to support the making of more independent short films. If you haven't done so yet, please check out our affordable festival tickets, just £16 for 2 days of screenings and panels. And don't miss the limited Career Pass tickets, which offer exclusive industry access. Subscribe to our art house-focused streaming platform, Stream Auteur, to watch all the officially selected candidates of this edition and vote for your favorite, which will win the Best Film Audience Award. But let's get the ball rolling with our special guest. Please welcome Barbara Toschi from the UK, shortlisted for Best UK Feature with their film Dimension Slip. We also have our esteemed juror, Jason, on the call today. In this story, Kate is feeling frustrated with her life. Her mental health is also not helping as she keeps getting seizures and visions of someone who just looks like her. Her double's name is Hannah, and she is all that Kate has ever aspired to be, a successful executive in a pharmaceutical company. One night, Kate is overcome by dizziness, and she wakes up on Hannah's floor. When Hannah's brother Jack arrives, she tries to explain that she is not Hannah, but Jack is convinced that his sister is having one of her psychotic episodes. Later that night, she encounters a scientist called Nikolai, who explains to her that in a mysterious way, Hannah managed to switch their dimension to save herself from an attempt murder. Let's take a look.
There are ways of traveling through dimensions. Certain individuals are born with the ability, though they often don't even know they possess it.
Make yourself comfortable.
There are countless dimensions existing side by side.
Take nice, long, deep breaths.
Within each exists a different version of reality.
So I'm in Hannah's dimension. How did I get here?
With every breath, you're sinking deeper.
But when people such as Hannah find themselves in situations of extreme danger,
if you mess this up, I'd have to kill you.
They're able to swap lives with the person in the next dimension. Someone tried to kill Hannah in this dimension.
Whatever's going on, Serena and I, we are always here for you, Hannah.
I'm not Hannah, I'm Kate.
Kate is your imaginary childhood friend. Remember?
No, I'm Kate, I'm real.
Do you know who I am?
The memory lapses are getting worse.
You didn't seem to recognize me.
Don't trust anyone.
Hello?
I think you might be in danger.
Today.
Ooh, I love the tension building in that trailer. So good. But with that, let's jump into the Q&A session. So super excited to have you on the call today, Barbara, as well as yourself, Jason and Jay. So myself, I do have to say I have a background in physics. I love anything related to dimensions and sci-fi. So, I was kind of nerding out when I was watching the show, or the movie, I should say. But altogether, I guess my first question would be, what brought you to this story? Because it's such an intricate and very nicely woven into this amazing storyline that's very complex, a lot of moving parts, and then also showcasing that visually. But yeah, what brought you to this story? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, so Jason is the writer of Dimension Slip, and we have been working together for quite some time before this film. We've done a lot of short films and another low budget feature. And when we were talking about I was looking for a film to direct as my first feature, and then he kind of mentioned, I have this script, and he kind of forgot about it. He was like, I just have this script that I wrote so long ago, like, have a look, see what you think. And when he sent me, I was just like, this is so good, this is great. I loved how there's so many layers to it, and there's so many times that you're not really sure where this is going, because I think for me, the films that I really love are the ones that kept you wondering what's gonna happen, what's gonna be. And I said to him, like, well, I love this story, if you're up for it, let's just do this. So we just try our best to make it happen.
I love that. I love that first when you read the script and you just know instantly that it's going to be a hit. I love that story. But just in the interest of time, I'll hand it over to Jason if he has any questions for you as well.
Hey, Barbara, congratulations. I thought it was a really cool film. And the music is great. I think it sounds expensive, if you know what I mean. Like,
yes.
And I'd just love to hear a little bit more about how that process was with the composer. He obviously seems to be pretty kind of experienced. I'm just wondering how that relationship came about and what your working relationship was like, and how you kind of landed on the kind of palette of instrumentation, and because it's kind of orchestral, but then it goes to some other places, but it all feels like one film, right?
Yes, definitely. No, so I have worked with Marco Verba, who was my composer on a previous film, my short film called Comelina. And and I knew that he had the knowledge and the experience that I didn't have on the very specific aspects of music, the instrumentation and this and that. And what I really like working with Marco is because I'm not a musician, that's not my strength. So I wanted someone who could bring that to the table so we could collaborate and like complete each other. So what I really like about working with Marco is that I could tell him what I wanted from that scene, what I want that scene to convey to the audience, what's the feeling that I wanted the audience to have, and what is that leading, because a lot of times one scene, it's more to lead to another scene, so it's not like that is the spotlight. So I was able to tell this to Marco, and he would come back to me with a few options, and like I don't know, 99% of the time there was something in there that I was like, okay, this is it. And then I would just go like, oh, can we make it, more intense, or that let's bring it down a little bit because I wanted the next bit to be stronger and things like that. And Marco was the one who had the knowledge of saying, okay, well, this is the instrument that we need to bring it down, or this is the moment that I need to cut it off. So it was really good because I think I was kind of able to talk to him on a visual and creative aspect, and he would bring a lot of the technical expertise.
That's great. So you didn't have to say like, I want an oboe here. You could just say how you wanted it to feel, and he'd kind of do that.
Yes, definitely. And we worked a lot through, because Marco is based in Italy, so we met very few times. And we worked a lot through Zoom. So because obviously I cannot really do a good briefing about music, because I wasn't sure, like, oh, is this a bass? Is this a guitar? Like, is the piano that I need to bring it down? I don't have this level of expertise. So we would just talk through, and a lot of times we were listening to some of the music or the composition together. And I would just say, like, this moment, I don't like this. Can we bring it down? Or like, like, I love this. Can you bring it more? And I remember that the first thing we did, that it was also Marco's suggestion, was to work on a theme music. So, which is the one in the main scene where she's coming back to her dimension, and obviously later on. And from there, we were doing the variations. So then the whole film could have the same thing, could be in the same line, could be talking like the same language, but which I thought it was really, really interesting. So if you notice in the film, it's actually the same music, but with different instrumentations or different bits or different, variations that makes you either feel sad or more suspicious or more like, heartwarming like moment. So that was something that we took it on through the whole film.
Amazing.
Oh,
No,
well,
thanks so much, Barbara. And I just love you working, in collaboration with your composer, and I feel like that relationship is super important. So we are kind of at the 10-minute mark, but I know Jay might want to ask one quick question. So maybe just like a one-sentence answer to Jay's question, and we can
a snapshot for Dimension Sleep. Well, I guess how did you choose, Anna Kate character? The casting, how did it happen? Because I think the performance was quite stunning, and she's also finalist for Best Actress. So I definitely think, well-deserved job, but also well-casted. So how that happened?
Yeah, Sophie is amazing. Sophie Craig is just an amazing actress and a person. She was just a person that it was so beautiful to have on set, which makes a lot of difference to the energy of a film set. So because it was a low budget, I didn't really have a casting director, so I did everything myself, which I posted the job, and I got about 1,000 applications for the five or six main roles. So I went through everyone, just their materials, looking at show reels, experience, and I was kind of filtering through that. And then I filter about 20 people per role, and I asked them to do a self-tape. And I remember when I saw Sophie's material, I told Jason straight away, because Jason worked very close to me through the whole film. And I told him I really like her. I really want this woman, but because I'm an emerging director, I want to back up my options. I still don't really know what I'm doing, so I want to make sure I go through the whole process. So I asked a self-tape. She was just by far incredible. And then we asked her and I think one or two other actresses to come to the office so we could have an in-person audition, also with the characters for Nicolai, because not only we needed someone that could play two characters in one film, but also she had to have a good chemistry with Nicolai, because those are the main scenes. Those are the main relationship that people were expecting. So we got them to read together, and it was just great. And Sophie read with Andrew, who is casted in the film as well, and they left out of the door, and Jason and I were like, "It's done." There's no questions asked. So it was really exciting. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yes.
No, I love the chemistry read, and obviously it was meant to be, and it definitely shows through in the film. We do have to jump to our next live stream in a couple of minutes, so I just want to give some quick reminders for the audience. The red carpet reception, followed by the award ceremony, will take place at the Ealing Picture House Cinema on the 8th of December. And starting from the 7th of December, finalist films will be screened and available on our streaming platform, where you can vote for your favorite to win the Best Film Audience Award. With that, I just want to give a special thanks to yourself again, Barbara, Jason, and Jay, for being on the call today. Thank you so much for diving into the creative process and the background of your film. Amazing job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.